No one tells you that when you become a dad, you're gonna feel completely invisible. I wasn't ready for the sleepless nights, the panic attacks in the middle of the night, and it wasn't from the baby or from being a dad. It was really me trying to figure out where I fit in. Pretty wild times. My last year as a dad has changed me in ways that I can't even explain, that I didn't even see coming. So today I'm doing a little arm workout, and I'm gonna document it and talk through some mental health stuff that I've experienced after my first year after becoming a dad. So let's get into it. This will be my first actual warm-up after the mobility, the Turkish get-up. The best full body warm-up exercise you can do. In my book, it's got everything from mobility, stability, core activation, shoulders, and hips. You can build strength, you can build mobility. Patience. Boom. As I was saying earlier about becoming dad, my first year as a dad, it's not about being weak. It's about figuring out where I fit into the new puzzle, the new family structure, my kid's life, my son's life, my wife's life, my business, my role in all of these things. It's a transition, transformation. But I always say the project is a continuous project throughout your whole life. How you adapt to changes is ultimately what determines your success and your happiness. How you adapt, how quickly you adapt. This was a life-changing situation, becoming a dad. I know dads go through it because I'm very open and I'll talk about my experience, and then, you know, I get the head nods and I get the small talk. But I think a lot of guys just don't talk about it because they feel weak. It's not about being weak. In fact, the complete opposite is true. I feel it's a matter of building strength, being willing to be vulnerable and share. This is not new stuff that I'm experiencing. For me, it's new, but many guys have experienced it in the past. The lack of conversations around it ultimately create more of a negative mindset, keeping those feelings suppressed, not being able to talk about it. And a lot of times we don't like sharing it with our wives. I didn't want to stress my wife out, you know, with all the things that she's trying to learn how to do her now. She's trying to learn how to be a mom, still be, you know, her person, but at the same time be, you know, the default parent and the default caregiver for this child, because he needed her most during a certain season. And I didn't want to dump all my stress on her and make it even worse. So I dealt with them. How I dealt with them is like I always deal with shit, is get back to the gym, get back to things I can control. And it's taken me some time, and even now there's times where I have to really be dedicated to, or disciplined, I should say. Discipline's a better word, although that word is kind of cliche lately. I have to be more disciplined with my personal routine, my mental health, before I could step in and become a better dad, become a better husband. So it's cliche as fuck, but when you're on a plane and in the event, God forbid, the plane is experiencing some kind of, you know, situation, the mask, the oxygen mask comes down, and they tell you to put yours on first so you can help the people around you. It's no different than in life. How you take care of yourself and how you put yourself first will help out your family members. Not always easy to do, but I'm here just to share my story and be vulnerable with you guys. All right, first exercise on my list today is old school basic. I always keep it basic. Really, I've been keeping it basic for 30 plus years now. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm trying to activate the muscle and build my body. But I'm starting with some tricep extensions, tricep press downs, I should say. Triceps don't extend. Actually, elbows extend. Triceps flex. They contract. So just so you know that. So tricep press downs. I feel like it's a good first step for my workout. I usually start with these. I'll do probably a little bit too light. I don't want to go too light and do too many reps, but I will take my time on the first set. Don't really count it as a working set, but trying to keep the shoulders down, trying to keep my hips back a little bit, get full range of motion, and I always stop at like 99%. I never fully lock out my triceps. I shouldn't say never. I rarely do. Really trying to just keep tension on the muscle. First set, I'll do about, I don't know, sometimes I don't even count. Let my mind just kind of drift. Just nice steady tension. No snapping, nice and controlled. Give a quick little pump, and then I'll bring the weight up a little bit. And for me to keep it efficient, I bounce back and forth, also known as a superset. So I'm going to do some bicep curls right now and just go back and forth. Really simple, trying to keep the heart rate up. My heart rate has been coming down since I'm creating these videos a little bit, if I'm being honest, because I stop in between. I try to teach you. I'm also trying to share my journey. So my heart rate is, you know, down a little bit, but typically I try to keep my heart rate up to be efficient with my time. All right, so I do rotate through 3 different rep ranges throughout the month. So this is week 1. I usually go heavy for me, and that's anywhere from 6 to 8 reps per set, per working set, and I'll typically do anywhere from 2 to 4 working sets. Arms, if I'm being completely honest, I don't spend a lot of time during the week on arms. That's why I throw them in as an extra workout if I have time, if I don't do them during my other main lift workouts. So arms just for me have been a body part that just naturally grows, and if I'm spending a lot of time doing them, they almost like kind of dominate my shoulders, and if they're strong or too strong, then when I'm doing chest movements, my triceps take over, and when I'm doing pulling movements, my biceps take over. So I typically don't focus a whole workout around arms unless it's a week like this, which is why I'm showing you what I would do for arms. So first bicep exercise is a easy bar curl. I did a manthalon challenge a couple months ago. My man Jeremy Scott Fitness posted something for like a upper body manthalon challenge, and it was 50% of your body weight for reps. So I have been focusing a little bit more on getting my biceps stronger in the curling movement, so I could improve my score. Trying to keep those shoulders back. Trying not to shrug my shoulders. Trying to use my biceps. Kind of as simple as it gets. But I'm also trying to think about using both arms equally. A lot of times when I'm going heavy, I feel my dominant side try to take over. And then, of course, my non-dominant side gets the shitty end of the stick, and that really never gets stronger. So even when I'm doing curls, any exercise really that I'm doing bilaterally with two arms, 2 limbs, I'm trying to make sure I feel both sides. If I'm doing legs, I'm making sure I'm feeling both quads. When I'm doing curls or triceps, I'm trying to make sure both sides are being activated, so I continually get strong all together, not just one side. So that's my first set, really, a warm-up set, not really a working set. I'm gonna go back, tricep press down to go a little heavier. Triceps have always been one of my stronger muscle groups. So I'm at 130 right now. It doesn't really matter. Weight doesn't matter. Just for anybody listening to this, weight does not matter. It's how much tension you can create on the muscle. And I stopped tracking my numbers, stopped tracking how much weight I use, just because it doesn't matter. I'm trying to focus on the tension and the feel. But I will do 8 reps here. Still pretty light. All right, so to keep this workout super efficient, I'm gonna do a heavy set. I did 2 warm-ups basically. This is my 3rd set, but it's my first and only working set. I'm gonna go heavy, probably gonna get 6 to 8 reps, maybe longer, but I'm still gonna be conservative because my elbow's a little wonky, and dads, don't push it. Do what you can, stay conservative, and you'll be able to do it longer instead of trying to be ego-driven and getting hurt. Now you're out of the game, and now you're dealing with injuries and potentially more time away from the gym, which is defeating the whole purpose. So be conservative, work around things. My elbow's a little wonky, so I'm not gonna push the issue. I will get 6 to 8 and do a drop set, and this will be my one and only working set for tricep press downs. Nice to control. Cool. I'll drop percentage-wise. This is 190. If I drop to, let's just say 120. All right, I gotta get I'm gonna fix that lighting on there. You can get the good quality. I feel like I look leaner than when I look in the camera. It looks all washed out. But anyhow, I'm doing my first and only set of easy bar curls. I did 2 work up sets, so now I'm going heavy. I'm gonna see if I can get 6 to 8. That's the goal, and then drop the weight and do 1, maybe 2 drop sets. So my working set will be 1 for easy bar curls. One more. Drop the 10s. Drop the 5s. That's it. Let's keep it moving. All right, so my second exercise. Wow, I'm very washed out. All right, well, it's all good, but you get the point. Second exercise and last exercise for my triceps will be some skull crushers. I've been using dumbbells because it's a little bit easier for the shoulders. Fit dad tip is find equipment that you can use. Your workouts may look a little different than what they used to back in the day, but mine are very similar. I just substitute exercises, especially when my joints and ligaments aren't really feeling it. And this is a great one to finish triceps off with because I feel like it's a great stretch. So shoulders to the top of the dumbbell to the shoulders, pushing out, keeping tension on the triceps. Again, don't lock out the elbows. Trying to make, even though my left elbow is a little angry right now, I'm still trying to focus on making sure that I'm not compromising my form too much. I will do a little higher rep range here, 10 to 12s. And then I'm gonna do some bicep curls. All right, so we don't have a preacher curl in here, but we do have a glute ham developer that I use as my spider curl slash preacher curl. So I sit back, let my arms drape over the side of it, over the front, I should say, keeping that pad underneath my triceps from my armpits to my elbows, and then getting a good stretch at the bottom, holding for a quick second at the top. All right, guys, as I'm finishing up here, just wanted to add a little message. This is not going to be easy. Being a dad, making your comeback, I've realized that there are more things in my life that are more, I don't want to say obstacles, but they're more challenges. Doesn't mean it's going to be impossible. It means it's going to be different, and it's not going to be easy. But I will say that there's no reason why you can't do it. If somebody else before you has done it, that's how I look at it. If that person has done it, then why can't I? So it's different. Being a dad is definitely different, more challenging at times, less sleep, more pressure, more anxiety, but possible. And if you only do the hard things when they're easy, then they're not really hard and they're not really building strength. The only way to get stronger is to do the things that make you feel weak. Believe in yourself, trust the process, practice patience. If you're a dad out there and found this valuable, just want to share your journey, leave a comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and let's do this together. Peace. Just want to add one more thing. One of the reasons why I want to document, I've been documenting my journey for many years now, pre-MTV, post-MTV. Not a lot of stuff gets actually posted, but I document a lot. One of the reasons why I want to document and share is for my son to look at this one day and be like, damn, my dad was going through it, but he got through it. And I want to teach him things that, you know, I've learned along the way, and prove to him that he can do hard things and go after his dreams, whatever they are. I want him to see me doing things that make me happy and also exemplify leadership, love, commitment, and discipline. So again, believe in yourself, trust the process, practice patience, do it for you, and do it for them. Peace.